Hello, this is Dr. Kevin Kirk. I've just made some game pieces, so I'm going to make a game board here. And that part's dead simple, just add a mesh plane. Boom, there it is. And position it where you want to. I'm doing a GZ to move it down and S to scale it up. Beautiful, so I got this little board here for my game pieces. Now I want it to look cool, and that's the challenging part. So I'll jump into shading, where I can mess with it. And in shading I'll add a new. While that's selected, of course. And I can play with it any way I want to. I'm going to add a checker. So texture, just a checker. Super simple. If I just connect this, I'm basically done. You can just change the colors on here any way you want to. There it is. You can change the scale and make it cool. Totally fine, whatever works for you. It tends to snap and make it really neat. That might be a bit too small. Something like this works for that size pieces. Yeah, it's a little dangling on the edge though, so let's make it where it works a bit better. There, I think that's pretty fun. That's one way to do it, and it's really just very simple and rewarding. It's good for a checker base set type of thing. But I'm going to do something a bit different here now. I'm going to get rid of the checker. Let's make it lines. There's a couple ways to make it lines. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to add a converter color ramp, which is fine. Pop that in. Then I'm going to add a texture. This one's going to be Voronoi. Connect that up. That's going to look kind of circular, weird to start with. That's okay, because we're going to change that out. So with that Voronoi in there, I'm going to change it from Euclidean to Chebyshev. Bring the scale up a little bit. And you can see it's all starry, weird. Bring the randomness down to 0 and start getting a more simple pattern there. Well, start bringing this up, start bringing this down to meet, and you'll end up getting that. We have the regular lines in it. So we've got a grid this time. I'll bring the scale up a bit. Something like that looks about right. And that's how you do that. So you can play with this any way you want to and make it look however you like. Cool. If it's not working for you, like part of the board is not right, there's ways to fine tune this. I'm going to add a vector mapping. I'm going to add a texture coordinate. This is so I can fine tune the placement on this. Just hook it up top to top, top to top, it's fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just on the location, I can start to move this around while playing with the scale. So I'm just saying I want that scale, something like that. Kinda gotta mess with it because I want the location to be better too. So on the X and Y I can move this so it's right at the edge, and the Y I can move that so it's right at the edge. Something like this looks so much better and more centered out. So that's a good way to do it, and that is how you make a really simple board. You can fancify it up. It's fancify, or anyway, you can do that all you want to. Change the colors, add more in here. Whatever you want to do is fine, but it makes a really, really cool board. You can of course change the colors here any way you want to. So make it cool, make it fun, and enjoy it. So there you go. Very simple board for your game.